What's up, everybody? How you doing? Sorry about being late. Had a little trouble with the computer. 46 viewers. How's everybody doing this week? What's new and exciting in the world of RC? Let's talk about it. Throw it out in the chat while we do roll call. Garrett had a birthday, it looks like. Randy BRC, Garrett's in the house. Mike SSI, Randy B, Dennis Farley, good to see you, man. Scotty Story. Nice, trying to work out a scheme in his head. What time is this supposed to start? 9 o'clock, sorry. David Snyder, G.I. Joe all the way. Dave in Kentucky, Michael Honeychuck. Honeychuck's looking for a Euro fighter. Anybody got one? Wild Bill in the house. Gilbert, Tim Smith, Boss, JT, 200 driver. Craig Beaven, what's happening? Shamulus, Siri? I'll just say Siri. Wonderful to see you. That might be Victor. Eddie K, Martin H, Mike Noland. David Snyder dropping links to the website. Thank you very much. Jordan Dole, how's the family? Jay Custer, Mike Kennedy, how are you, man? I got to get with you. Lionel Randall, Olson, Pops, got you. Frankie, awesome. Scott Settle in the house. P51D fan. Yeah, there's some cool stuff going on behind us. Just so happens to be back there, but we can talk about it. There are some neat projects, actually. None of which are aviation related, unfortunately. Dennis Frost got 5 flights in today before the misty rain. All right. Florida E-Jets going strong. Matt M. Nice. Hopefully I can soak up some of the... so there's some footage out there from E-Jets. From some of our friends. I think, isn't Boozer out there? Warbird Jim Duggan, I've been slacking in that regard, so currently I haven't got a schedule for the members only live stream, but I need to do it. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, man. So the semi was just a push toy that's become RC. It's got a 6x6 chassis from a WL Toys rig, and then it's been all electrified, super scale, doubled the stacks, doubled the horns, did some really cool stuff to make it RC, and fabricated that cap, right, where you sleep and all. Didn't come with it. It's out of wood. It looks fantastic. It looks great. And that's our buddy Tony's who's doing that work. He's going to do... I can never point backwards. Everything's reversed. This thing, he's going to fabricate me up doors and the box back for it. This is a Suzuki Chimney that I put a lift on and changed the tires out. And I'm super pumped about it. It's on leaf springs, and I'm going to make it look like the Golden Nugget. I've been watching this Golden Nugget situation on YouTube, where they pulled this thing out of the woods, been there 40 some years, and have crawler-fied it, upgraded it, did all kinds of stuff to it, because originally there's not this kind of lift. They're on some really basic tires and things like that, but he can do it. Tony can do it, the guy who did the semi. So yeah, and it's going to end up being about that color yellow, actually, too. Jeff in Lower Alabama. And Golden in the house. Nice. So Boozer's been putting out some content from the show. Awesome. Yeah, Wild Bill. Yeah, it's actually pretty capable. And I've got some other tricks I'm going to do to kind of soften it up. But I've pulled some of the leaves out already. But I'm telling you, we're going to have some slick... going to make the doors and the back out of wood and then skin it with some metal, you know. So to try to emulate, obviously, the hard body. But if it dents, it dents. It's metal, so what? And I'm going to try a paint job on it. I'm going to try to weather one up myself and completely change it to that yellow rusty and sun-baked. I'm going to try it. Dinner out with the Air Boss. Again. I assume so, Mr. Snyder. Yeah, I would assume so. Right, the YouTube Fun Park, yes. Yeah, I'm excited about it, Wild Bill. I don't know, man. It's a neat hard body crawler anyway that has potential now. And I'm going to actually spectrify the motor and ESC and radio situation, because I want this thing to look good. And for me, that's like that real great control in that low throttle setting that you don't always get out of one-off ready to runs. I feel like the Traxxas stuff and the Axial stuff, probably Element 2, give you a pretty good, for what you get ready to run, low modulated throttle response. But some of this stuff's a little jumpy out of the box. Great stuff, but a little jumpy. My Red Cat, for instance. So I changed the radio out and made it a stellar piece of equipment. JT 200 driver, it's not going very fast. But I think I'm going to jump the shark with this one. Let it be first, kind of on the, get some time. And then I think me and Tony will work together, because this stuff's right up his alley. There's these things I want to do that I'm not able to get to them. It's just not happening. But like, I will facilitate. This will be great, and share talent with you guys. Gary Gasser, I just picked up an E-Flite 80mm f/18 new. Any advice for me? Watch a lot of videos. We did videos on them as well, and I'm not just saying that to plug my channel, but like, it's the best way to kind of get an idea what to expect. I would try to watch a lot of videos on the E-Flite f/18 from as many people as you can. We did videos on the E-Flite f/18 in the Blue Angels version and the gray version that was first released initially. And I learned how to handle that plane right there in front of everybody. There was things I was doing on my very first flights that put me in the grass. And then when I had the Blue Angels, I didn't even mess around. I did the half flaps, high rate, let's go. So that was the only thing I was doing wrong, Wild Bill, I'm totally going to watch that channel paint it. Robbie's channel paint the Golden Nugget for sure. It started off with Matt's Off-Road Recovery, and then they took it to Paul at Fab Rats to fix it up. And then it's been shipped off to the paint and body shop, that Robbie's channel. So I subscribe to all those guys. Those are big channels, and they're doing fun stuff. It's cool. I'm really digging Fab Rats a bunch right now. Monocoat the wooden doors, yeah. I did, Wild Bill. It makes me want to send those guys some toys. Well, I think when I do the Golden Nugget with this thing, I'll have an N, perhaps. An RC Golden Nugget? Come on. It does need up elevator at neutral. Scotty Story, good point. On the E-Flite f/18. And depending on what you're flying off of, will make all the difference in the world. If you're flying off of grass, it better be really short, and you better be full rate with at least half flaps. Scotty Story says about 4mm. Was the book pretty good on that? It probably was. Yeah, Wild Bill. That stuff's good. I haven't seen Robbie do anything yet with it. I'll have to look back and see if they've done anything with the... I know he has with some of the off-road recovery guys' vehicles, but I haven't seen those yet. I'm waiting on the Golden Nugget. I will, Wild Bill. Jackson RC Aviation, Jeff's Custom, Guniac. What's happening? Good times. Keith Christie. Ha. Very good. Did you guys see the FMS Beaver up on snow this last week in the Instagrams? Paul Grice liking the Nexa 208 Caravan. Guniac likes full flaps on the F-18 to get off the ground quick. That's good advice. I'm saying at least do half flaps. You want something, but yeah, full will do it too. If you got to get in it though, I'm sure. Frankie RC Planes. Yeah, man. The Beaver in the Snow was awesome. We got a video of it. I got to edit up. It was rough. It was doing some crazy stuff. I think we're kind of lucky we didn't crash it that day. It is pretty massive, Garrett. Yes. Yeah, it was cool on the snow. It's a real conversation starter at the shop, I gotta tell you. Sitting there up on floats. Eddie K, what's happening?
Mike used to call it the Beaver Fever.
Cool. What did we see this week that's newsworthy? Snow. Snowpocalypse is upon us at the same time as RC Apocalypse, also known as Chinese New Year.
And a shipping apocalypse.
Shipping apocalypse. Holy smokes. Scotty said he'd do Guniac's elevator mod on the F-18 as well. What's up, Chucky? A one ski pass. I think that was the wind more than it was Bobby. I don't know, man. When we were flying the Beaver and you were up on one skid, was that you or was it the day? 'Cause I felt like it happened to me before too.
Oh yeah, I was messing around, but the wind definitely helped.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Fun and sketch.
But like actually when I was taxiing it around though, at like kind of a good speed and it hopped off the ground, that was not planned. It just got into the wind and that
my
was
Tron,
what it was.
remember my Tron 180?
Yeah.
Like what?
Dude, that was
It's
weird.
on video. Stuff happened fast. Like you were lucky to keep it. I think you
Yeah.
kept it in the frame.
Yeah, I tried.
But I got redirected violently by
weird.
it was.
Like I thought it was
a goner.
I did too. I thought something was wrong.
I thought it was a goner. Any updates on the J65?
Man,
Bobby K, what would you say? March.
I'm not giving the exact
That was the original ETA.
It was, and I can't really say much more. The way shipping's going right now with everything, like as usual, yeah.
As usual, but worse.
Yeah, I mean,
because of the snow.
We're working through. Yeah, we're working through it as best we can. I mean, I'm waiting on X-Fly and Dancing Wing more stuff right now, and I was supposed to get a shipment on Monday, and it's been delayed since Monday because of this darn snowstorm, and so hopefully we get it this Monday.
Yeah.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, so.
I should have had some more stuff show up this week at the shop too.
Yeah. Well, it was getting an issue from China to here. Now it's when it's here, it's just getting an issue from wherever it's at to us.
Yeah, we should have had those the new SCX 24 Gladiators. We should have had those a couple days ago.
Yeah.
For this weekend. Folks were coming in for them.
More than a couple days ago. Yeah, it's frustrating.
But it's that way for everybody.
Yeah, it is what it is, Yeah. We can't even fly our J65 because there's 2 foot of darn snow outside.
F900 says he was just in China and Singapore, and it's business as usual since they need to make money. I want to read this because this is a good take on the Chinese New Year.
Good deal.
Yeah, let me back this up. I'm having trouble with the mouse, which makes everything tough. Okay, yeah, F900X. I was just in China and Singapore, and it's business as usual since they need to make money. Yes, they will take a few days off, but it's not like the old days where they are taking weeks off.
Oh, cool.
I could kind of believe that too.
Good.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, oh no, man, you're losing money.
Rotate.
Yeah.
Keep production on. If you're having trouble keeping up already.
Yeah.
Ship it. Ron, yeah, we flew that beaver off of the snow this week, man. It was awesome. There's this, watch, if you saw my Instagram, Bobby K was flying it. I flew it for video camera, and I'll put that out in a few days. But, you know, when we were done, I was like, Bobby, let's get some stuff on the phone. So we got a little bit of beaver footage out there already on Instagram at Pilot Ryan Media. And also the RC Fun Park Instagram. Yeah, I need a driver. 1/6 scale, so that's like G.I. Joe size. Scotty Story's got a question. I'm not sure. Hopefully somebody knows. I mean, a lot of guys have experience with the X-Fly fans. Guniak, if you're still in here, I bet you may know. Scotty Story wants to put 64mm X-Fly fans in his E-Flite A10. Do I need to change the ESCs as well? Go. Time's up. What's the answer, folks? Well, the X-Fly 64 is actually, it's an X-Fly 50. So on the X-Fly A10, does X-Fly have 64mm motors of their own? Let's find out. I'll be right back. Hey Bobby, does X-Fly make a 64mm fan? Yeah. But the A10 is 250. You got one? You got a punch? I got 7. What's up, 7? The show is still on. Not on the website. That really is the question. When are those 64s? Oh yeah, treat that well.
keyboards that they offer.
Yeah.
So the guy wants to do those, all of a sudden you come up with another TV.
Do they have a 6S64? Hey fellas, ladies, does Xfly have a 64mm 6S power system? That's the question. This is a 70 and an 80. Looks pretty good. The 70 is a 2860 2200 kV. And the 64s, if somebody was wanting to put them in E-Flite A10, does that mean they're making it 4-cell power instead of 6? It'd be, if you could sort the CG, lighter wing loading would be cool to slow that one down a little bit. Yeah, Lionel. Whew, that's nice looking. 80. 3280, 2200 kV. They'll be on the site at BitGo soon if they're not already. Sound better and drop right in. So you liking 4S on that A10, Ray? They do sound good. I got you, Scotty. Kinbird, in most cases, it might be too heavy for a 64mm, but if it's a twin 64, it can carry it. I mean, the E-Flite A10 is a 6S ship currently. And Scotty was looking for some different 64mm EDFs to go in his E-Flite A10. And we were talking about X-Fly, but it looks like currently the only X-Fly 64s are 4S. We could be wrong. We hope we are. But yeah, that's a 6S plane already. 4000s, 3200, 4S are my favorite in the E-Flite A10. I got one right here, E-Flite A10. You guys want to see it? All right, Victor. Or should I call you Siri? Nice. Well, glad to get that plane out on the snow. We got to do it when it's not so windy. It's tight up there. Would 70s work? If you wanted to bad enough, you could make them work. You'd have to hone it out a little bit. It might start getting heavy. That'd be ridiculous, though. Twin 70s on the E-flite A10. Ooh. Well, if you're out to dinner with her, I'm sure we'll see your posts about it pretty soon. On Facebook, Victor Shamulus, Victor RC Jets in the house under an alias tonight. Again, you getting another one? T45, Victor? Inquiring minds want to know. They probably already do know if they're following you on Facebook, though, right? Folks are pumped up, man. J65, looking at it right now. E-flite A10, serious. If there's anything you want to see up on the table, I'll be glad to put it up for you. I think floats are. I agree with you, Michael Bear. I do think floats are better than skis on snow, especially that kind. Real powdery. Paul Grice says, pardon me, guys. The Gathering of the Giants event is back on in Cape Coral, Florida on March 18th and 19th at our Seahawks Air Park. Philip says the nacelles are already big enough. Pardon. Nice. Olson got a Rafale for a good deal at Tower. Dave says, if you bought it, a truck brought it. That's right. You were told the bearings go bad. Gregory H. Ryan is the... That comment's not all there. Something about 64 millimeter and 4S. There are 2200 kV in runners. What's up, Dale? '81 folks hanging out. I'm super pumped about this project. It looks so much better already with the lift and different tires. I'm excited about it. I tell you what, yeah, I mean, honestly, and then I'll quit, but like that Golden Nugget project, I'm super, it's been awesome to watch. And I think if I get this done the way I want to, it'll be a good excuse to reach out to them and figure it out, because I'd like to get I would love to send that kid a RC. I mean, they get their own RCs, they don't need nothing from me, but it'd be cool. I have not had a bearing go bad on any of my E-flite A10s. And if Nate was in the room, he could actually follow up on this, because his buddy Foam Boy got my original A10 at a show. I gave it to him at a Jet Jam a few years ago. So Nate might know if those EDFs held up or not, or if they're still holding up, because I think he's still flying it. I did not move the axle forward, although Wild Bill, I might, if I take out another spring in the front, which I might, one of the leafs. I saw how the guy did it though. I didn't think of it, but yeah, if you can kind of move the position with the holes and the pegs, if you're willing to clip one of them, which that's cool. But I got the geometry all worked out with the servo. I did a lot to drop the servo and extend stuff a little bit so I could keep the geometry right on the on the steering. So I'm pretty happy with it now. But I think I have the room to move it forward a tick, but I don't think I need to. I got to get a radio on it and see if the wheels clear the wheel wells. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Eddie K, great question. Do not let me forget to answer that. Yeah, I don't bind up at all. Full throw. So I could move, I could I could come forward a tick and still have, boy, it's right there though. It's just missing the bumper now. So I think because of that, I'm out. Not going to move it forward. The seats are plastic, but they got this cover stretched over them, almost like a tire, right? Like rubber over the seats, which is going to be actually really cool for painting it. You can just peel those off. And you could still probably undo the seats if you wanted to go to extreme lengths. There may be some, there's some screws. I think it's more trouble than it's worth. Just peel off the rubber, because you might have to take out the bottom skid plate there at the, I guess that's the what? Transmission. Yeah, I could shake. I think it'll be okay. It's got a good stance now. Eddie K, let me back up. Here's the question. Did your Arrows Husky take a ton of down elevator mix with the flaps? The answer is yes. On most every high wing plane I do, unless there's call outs in the book, I go with a 22% down elevator at full flaps and 11 at mid. I just kind of always have. And it works a lot of the time on high wing civilian stuff. Cessna 182s, Cubs, Huskies, things like that. That totally seems to always work for me. So yes, a ton of down elevator on a high wing once you deploy flaps. Jay Woody, does the windshield hold up well to rollovers? I would probably not. It actually can fold down. So that's maybe a good thing that it'll fold down. But I think if it's attached to doors and a roof, it's got a better chance. And you know, this is probably mostly going to be a shelf queen, but I'm definitely going to crawl it and make a video of it though. We'll see. I'd like to take it out of town, you know, potentially. If you like rock crawling, you can't not like real rock crawling. And that's what I like from the Fab Rats channel. They're making stuff into rock crawlers and stretching Jeeps out and bobbing beds on Toyota FJs and beefcake building these things. It's been so cool to watch them make everything. I've never really seen that kind of stuff. You know, I've been handy on houses, but not cars. So it's been cool to watch. So yeah, no, the windshield, not very well. But it will when I'm done. It'll have doors to help support it that are hinged. It's such a boxy thing. If you just Google like Suzuki Chimney Golden Nugget, you'll see what these look like with the box on them. And the yellow I'm talking about. Like T6 yellow. Go figure. You know, I love that yellow. I think the color he's got on the rig is very close. Yeah, King of the Hammers. I can't wait to catch up on some of that I've missed. The NX transmitters are great. I keep selling them at the store. Folks know it. They come in, they want it. I always have a 6, an 8, and a 10. And an S. The super basic $115, man. I mean, if I get it, man. Some folks may not want to go all in. So those radios apparently will do 5 models, I guess. I've not used them, so I don't know. But I've always felt okay with the Ready to Fly stuff I've got to fly. But it's already been bound up. School bus yellow, man. It's kind of my favorite. T6 yellow. And that's what I'll get to do with that. So I'm excited about that paint. It's been cool talking to all the plastic model paint guys at our shop, and then the guys that do the Gundam stuff, the Japanese anime, like robots. Man, they're just like the plastic modelers doing World War II stuff and cool old rat rods and such. Except the colors are usually way more vibrant, but they're all doing the same kind of weathering techniques, buying the same stuff. It's been pretty cool to see. Nice, Mike Bird. Where'd you get it? You're overseas, ain't you? I know where we can get those at one of our vendors. Francis says, yeah, with high wings, the more lift on the wing, the deeper the lift, stab, elevator downforce torque. Jay Woody wants to know if anybody makes a Daihatsu high-jet body for RC. Go with at least the 8, you'll be happy. Everybody seems to go for the 8. That's why I have all 3 choices. You know, you want to spend the money, get the 10. But you want a good radio that's 40 more bucks than the, or 50 more bucks than the 6. Boom. There's your 8. Philip Bender thinks Tamiya makes a Daihatsu. Great Britain. Gotcha. The Corrali's supposed to be, I mean, man, you look at that stuff, it looks a lot like very similar quality to the Arma 6S stuff. Nice. Scotty Story, it's a great radio. The DX9, that's nothing to be stuck with. That's a good one. If I wasn't fortunate enough to kind of always get my hands on the new stuff, I'd be rocking a 9. I would be rocking an 8 still. My Futaba's 8 channel, I rock that still. And I had a DX8 forever, and then I got a 9 so I thought I was going to do the F14, and I didn't end up doing it, but I needed the channels. So I'm like tickled to have a 10 if I end up doing something involved down the road. Mike Bird says NX18 is a great value. Is that a thing? We're going back to the hotel soon, pilots. Just waiting for our bill at the restaurant. Thanks for the heads up, Victor. Thanks for the heads up, man. I love that you include us. NX8, I got you. Hey Ryan, is full-time RC guy everything you thought? Living the dream? ? Yes, and it's very early in the journey. The Skeeter is very well made, says Mike Bird. Yeah, their stuff looks pretty good. To be honest, I think what's hurting it for that brand over here is the fact that it is so very much like the Arma stuff that it needs to be more affordable, and there be a difference in price point between it and Arma for it to have an advantage or to push it. Because currently it feels like it's the same price as the Arma stuff. And it's just, you know, you can't help it. The Horizon stuff just steps so big, you know it's no trouble finding parts anywhere for us. And of course, you're not here in the States, so it could be completely different. It doesn't matter. But I think that's the thing. I think it's really good stuff. I think it's just not as well known. And it would probably take off a little faster if it were more competitive instead of even Steven on price. You know, if you're the new guy to the market, you kind of got to you got to do stuff like that if you're wanting to take a grab of people's attention. The IX radios, I don't have any experience with them. I'm a techno savant, which means I know just enough of it to get along, and after that, forget about it. My phone will never be asked to do all of the stuff it can. The NX10's great. I mean, look, you may never need the channels. If you have the money to spend and you're going to fly a lot, your sticks are going to last forever. I've actually wore sticks out on DX6Is before, where I had to send them in and they wouldn't ever fix it. They just replaced the radio. I'd rather have them fix it, honestly, so I didn't have to bind up all my stuff again, kind of deal. But they were great to me, though, throughout the whole thing. But yeah, if you have the NX10, you have those Hall effect gimbals that apparently do not wear out ever. So I just don't have any experience with the IX. To me, it's probably not, it's not as complicated as I think it is, but it already sounds smarter than me with the I in front of it. Like the iPhone does. It's just too much. I don't need all that. But apparently the interface is so very similar to what we're already dealing with the NX and DX radios. A guy who's been doing airplanes can pick up a surface radio and get along. You've seen it before. And I think that goes both ways. So, but personally I have no experience with the IXs. I've been intimidated by them personally. I think that's just me. Not really that it's complicated. RC Roland says he has the 12 and would rather have the NX10. Very interesting. Most of us, simple's good. It's easy to repeat successes when things are simple. When they're complicated and there's multiple steps, there's a lot of room for error. Dumb stuff. Here's an example. Our buddy at the shop has a SCX6. Perfect, runs fine. Buys the DX Pro, the 5 Pro, and wants to put everything on that radio instead of having a ton of ready to run radios. Wanted a rugged, didn't have it, bought the Pro at the shop, a friend of ours. And so last night he's trying to get his 2-speed to work, and to no avail. It's not working for him. He texts me, and I'm like, yeah, we're available, and get on the phone call with him. Me and Bobby both working this radio. He's got the 5 Pro in his hand. We've got the rugged in ours. We're over the phone trying to help him. And tried everything. Everything that makes sense, everything that sounds right, and nothing. All right, man. After an hour or so of that, and he had already been doing it too, and what he had done should have worked. You'll find out why none of this worked at the end. But so like, bring it in. Brings it in today. Bobby and I both spend tons of time on this thing. It's just not working out. It's just not working out. And so we're like, just start over from scratch, rebind. Let's go. And I forget what the guy's name is. Is it Mike? This guy comes to shop all the time. Good guy. He set up the radio this time, and he set up the 2-speed, which is what the problem was. It wasn't working, and it wasn't engaging at all. And so he had no wheels. So Mike, we'll call him, takes the radio, sets it up, brand new channel, and that's where we were at anyway. We were like, we're going to try again, just start over. So that's what we did. and he sets up just the servo, the channel for to switch to second gear. And it worked. But then when we got everything back together and all that, didn't have steering and didn't have throttle. So he had those things, except for probably the throttle, unplugged so he could do it, and he just did it to the second gear servo. The battery was dead. We put a good battery on it, had no problem, had everything. All of those multiple times that we did it over the phone, we did it in the store, Bobby and I both, everybody's messing with this thing. His cells were down to like 2.4. It wasn't enough juice running through it to be able to do it all. And so no matter what we did, it never worked. But it did. It just didn't have the voltage to deliver. So yeah, simple's nice. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. But you make it not. Jay Woody wants to know, does anybody still fly 72 megahertz? I'm sure there are guys who do. The NX having Wi-Fi are supposed to do everything the IX can do. Yeah, and I know they talk about being able to update over Wi-Fi. And that's a thing. But I think maybe first updates, depending on the age of your radio or when you got it, some of you guys, and myself included, had to do like a hard hookup update first, and then you could go over Wi-Fi. DX9's a great radio. If I didn't have the NX10, I'd still have a DX9 and I'd be doing fine. They're updatable. Jeff in Lower Alabama says he has a few guys that have planes on 72 megahertz. And you don't stop. Philip Bender says the only people he knows using megahertz still are the submarine guys, because gigahertz don't work underwater. Skull 901 says a couple guys fly 72 at his club. But yeah, full-time RC, it suits me, don't you think? I'm having a blast. We have a lot of great things going on. And a couple really grand opportunities, you know, to do what we do. I mean, this is what it is. The fun we have together on YouTube, the value folks get from watching videos or following or hanging out, you know. Man, having a bricks and mortar store to do it in person is pretty fantastic. I mean, look, we do this because we like it. How grand is it in person? It's fantastic. And it's been really nice seeing folks get what they're coming for too. There's a lot of work to do, and I've got a lot to learn. And that's really where it's at. But man, it's been going awesome. And there's so many different communities that come in there, and you have to support them well if you want to keep them. And that's, you know, it's the same kind of customer service we get from the best, you know, online. And sometimes that's just our friends or the community who knows the answer. You know, that's what's so great about being able to just riff off the comments, man. I don't have the answers. I'll throw it out to the crowd, though. Somebody's got it. Frequency pins and transmitter impounds. So I missed out on that stuff. I started on junk radios. Not to say that 72 megahertz is junk. That's not what I mean. I started off on ready-to-fly radios from like Banana or Nitroplanes that were 27 megahertz, and they came with ready-to-fly stuff. They were awful. But that was my first experience. But right after that, I went straight into, I think DX6i was my first good radio. What's up, Hunter? That's killer, Mike Bird. See, and if I had that, you know, I can even turn my hotspot on my phone and update my NX radio at the field through Wi-Fi. See, my radio will do that too, and I bet mine never does. It just sounds fancy. But I'm a techno peasant. Credit to my Uncle Buzz for that one, I think. Still got the ribbons flying off your antenna. The RC drag racing scene is big. I don't have any facility for it at the moment, which stinks. It'd be great, but it's a big deal. The RC drag racing scene, I think folks are winning money. I mean, guys are tricking them out. There has to be stock classes though too, but then the mod class is probably just out of this world. I was talking to a guy in the store. He's got a drag slash and he drilled holes in it in certain locations in the chassis. It's a plastic chassis on a drag slash, unlike the Losi that's got the metal. He's drilling holes in it to lighten it, but also more than that to control the flex and try to keep the front wheels down just a smidge longer by having a flex where it lets contact remain on the front a little bit longer than if you were a rigid or more rigid chassis. I mean, they're doing everything. The guys like, get the big wide rims, but put the smaller version of the tires on there and increase your contact patch. So I would say it's very strong. And the guy I was talking to does real ones too. But he's all in on the RC. He says I can afford this. Keith Christie, if I could get Horizon Hobby reward points at my local hobby store, you can. You can. Right through here, you just click through the website and it'll take you right to Horizon Hobby, man. And it's local because it's in your pocket or your hand. If I could get Horizon Hobby reward points at my local hobby shop, I would buy more locally. Do you feel you lose lots of business because of that? Potentially some. But if it's a hobby town, ours is, you earn points. It's just a different way. It's coupons that you can apply to purchases. So folks earn, I think they earn $5 every 100 they spend or something. So, and then it's a hobby town too. So folks do come in with, if you go to a hobby town and you give them your email when they ask for it, you'll get coupons and stuff sent to you. So there's that going on too, if the hobby shops close to you are a hobby town. And some that aren't hobby town probably have a reward system, because in today's age, so much stuff has a reward system that you really kind of got to have something. So you won't get Horizon points, but you can get that local shop's points, perhaps. Dale RB Senior, not yet. I mean, the idea is to integrate that with BitGo's online, presence and website. We're trying to brand this stuff all the same. We are BitGo Hobby and RC Fun Park, both online and bricks and mortar operations. So under one umbrella is kind of the goal, and so the website will reflect that down the road. But currently there's a basic landing page that existed already, RC Fun Park. I'm sure you can find it. And then there's a Facebook page. There's an Instagram that just started. Yeah. So there's a current landing page, but it's going to take you to Hobbytown at the moment. So most of my friends just still click through Pilot Ryan Media if they can't come into the store. And you should, because I'm RC full time and I need you to. Big Go. I mean, that's us. You know what I mean? Your X-Fly stuff. Dancing Wing. I mean, take a look at Big Go Hobbies website. It's changed. There's more stuff on it all the time. Philip, they're being sticklers, man. I mean, look. I had a kid came in with 2 expired coupons. And I'm like, it's fine. It says you can only use one of these per 100 or something, but save the other one for next time. I'll honor it. I'll honor the one now. It's fine, even though the date's wrong. I mean, some fights aren't worth winning. I mean, if you're in the business of trying to sell stuff, I don't think it makes sense to be a hard nose about a coupon. Especially, man, it's a kid coming in, you know, with his dad. Dude spending his own money, keeping stuff fixed and hopping it up. So it's like, yeah, man, it's fine. And that happens. They shouldn't have done that to you. Like when the business I ran with my in-laws forever, somebody'd have a coupon. I mean, it's a franchise. Stanley Steamer, it's a franchise. I crushed it for 10 years with my in-laws. It was awesome. We crushed it. We did a great job. The business grew, and they were able to sell it, and I get to do what I want to do. It's fantastic. But people would have coupons from out of territory, and you would honor them because they're still coming from Stanley Steamer. Even if you didn't send the coupons out in your marketing for the month, and it doesn't have your phone number or whatever, it still says Stanley Steamer. They're still a customer. It's not worth winning that fight over $10 to lose a customer for life. Dylan, got your wheels and floats. Nice. Mike Bird, I haven't seen it yet, but I did watch him unbox the Tasman, the Petrinchik brothers. Yeah, man, it's been great seeing them get the X-Fly. This is how you do it. Yeah, BitGo is by far the way to go. Of course I'm going to say that, but I feel like we're in it, you know, to win it. And who do you know, I don't know. It's not to say anything about Banana, but man, look, we're trying to bring this X-Fly, y'all. And you know us. So, yeah. Thanks for the support. BitGo is the way to go. J65's coming soon. That thing's fantastic. You can see it take a pretty high-speed taxi test back on my Instagram. Olson Aviation asked me if I use satellite receivers with Spectrum receivers. Do I feel they're necessary? Honestly, I don't know if I have anything with a satellite in it. I might have a satellite in my T33, my big one, but only because I already had like a big old monster receiver that had one from a deal. Wild Bill. That would be awesome to have a popcorn machine. Dylan, that's a possibility. I've talked to them before about that. I mean, to be honest, you know, I've been with Arrows since they launched it. And I like that stuff, and all you guys do too. So Dan knows for a fact when I've spoke to him many times, and we're friends. Arrows is a good brand, and it's been awesome for them, and they've done a good job with it. And when they are done, they won't have any problem, no trouble at all finding somewhere to take Arrows to and still be a part of it. So I think eventually, yes. The Habu came with the satellite setup? Okay, well then I got one. What's up, John Graham? Well, guys, it's been a good show. It's been a short one. It started late. But I think I am going to wrap it pretty soon. Grazie. Got any updates? But for now, consider the fact that you can get all this stuff still from us. If it's not in the store, it's a click away. Thank you for your support. I am not trading one for the other. This all has to work.
If you can't get it in the store, it's a click away for sure.
That's right. If you can't get it in the store, it's a click away for sure. Bobby, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Bobby K with some goods.
That's what I'm saying.
For real. Oh, yeah. No longer available? Oh, man, that's too bad. I tell you what, those Arrows guys on Facebook keep using my videos. They're not, they've re-uploaded them somehow. It's crazy. Look at the numbers on the Facebook posts from Arrows RC when it's our videos. The numbers are amazing, and I'm not mad, but come on, they just take it. It's not my video, but it is my video. Like, quit that. Michael Bear, good to see you. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to hit the head, and then I'll be back for a few minutes. Everybody says hi to Bobby. Awesome sauce. I'll be right back. Thanks, Scotty Story. So I am going to go just a couple minutes here. Been great having you guys. Continue to do what you do. I know I don't thank you enough, but it means the world to me. And I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. And you're welcome along with me on the ride, and the way to do that is just keep up. Yeah, I'm at the BitGo warehouse. Everywhere you look, when I'm posting from the shop, which I've been doing, and you know, from here, we just have a lot of fun. And it is a service, you know, in a way. It's obvious, you know, when folks are coming in with a multitude of different products that need fixed or parts, and you can keep them going. It's great, because they're already bummed it's broke. It's just an insult to injury to also not be able to get the parts. So, and I think people understand you can't have everything, but it is so nice having so much of the parts that the things we sell there actually need. What's up, Fred Barron and Golden? Thank you for the super chat very much. All of your support, guys, has been great, and I will never forget it. Jay Oliver, yeah, BitGo Hobby is our online space. So we sell some planes there. X-Fly and Dancing Wing are some super hot brands out on the market right now. And we're waiting on containers, actually. But some is shipping from our other warehouse currently, even now, out of California. But we're going to have some stuff to show off in our store, too, here pretty soon. And then some more, X-Fly and Dancing Wing products showing up in the lineup as time goes on as well. So these are brands people are really excited about. And you can put whatever kind of radio stuff you want in them. But they're like plug and plays. They're like ARFs. Philip Bender wants to know if the EC1500 is coming back smart style, or is it discontinued forever. See you, Brian Chambers. Jay Oliver, good to see you, man. Guys, at the shop today, I saw a guy I thought, man, I knew who he was. And we were busy, and I didn't get a chance to get to him. And I finally freed up, and he was walking out the door, and I hate him. I stopped him. I was like, hey, man, Muncie? Lowe's? And I don't think he recognized me right away. But, yeah, man, we worked together at Lowe's in Muncie. Jonathan ran a handful of departments, but I remember him from crushing lawn and garden area, which is a load of work. I think our department, lumber, and yours do the biggest lifting at that place when it comes to the size of the things we deal with. I think inventory's easier when everything's that big as far as SKU count. But yeah, man, he was at the store. I stopped him. We talked for a while. It was great to see him, man. He used to fly planes and stuff. And I never knew that about him. And I think when we worked together at Lowe's, I may not have been flying yet anyway. It's been a while since I was there. I've been 10 years here, 3 years carrying mail. So 13 years ago. Yeah. When was that? Somebody tell me in the comments below. Dude, I was the forklift Baryshnikov over there in rock and roll t-shirts in the lumber department, dude. Getting it done. My lumber department was squared away. Jonathan's stuff was always super tight too, man. I noticed that from all the way across the store. We're at opposite ends of the store. I was like, that dude is hustling. He's working. We had lots of folks that didn't work there, so... Dave in Kentucky got an S-Bach from BitGo for Christmas. Nice. I will, John Graham. The yellow semi Paul Ballard is a push toy that's been made RC by our friend Tony. He made it RC with a 6x6 chassis from a WL Toys type of RC product and made it work, painted it up, modded it out. It didn't have the sleeper cab on it. He made that out of wood. It looks fantastic. And he's taken my Suzuki Chimney old school dude and putting the doors and the box back on it for me because he can do it and it's going to look fantastic. So yeah, that's Tony's work back there, and we're going to see more of it on that Suzuki. And then also in the store, I've been talking to all kinds of talented people, and we're going to make these indoor 1/24th and 1/18th scale crawling course inside. And so some of these scale builders, some of them are doing buildings, and there's some train guys I've talked to, and I'm like, guys, think 1/24th, 1/18th, build me something, and I'll put it in it. You know what I mean? As a feature or a facade, like a building, like whatever, man, let's have it. Boss, you were 20 years at Lowe's. I think like the OG Lowe's, right, in North Carolina and stuff, as manager. It does look like it to me. He did a great job on it. John Graham, this is my golden nugget. That's what I'm turning it into, because it's exactly that truck. We talked about it earlier, but I already put a lift on it, changed the tires out, that kind of stuff. It's pretty squishy now. I got some more tricks I want to do with the leaves where they come in on this, I don't know what to call it, but it's the pivot for the leaf. These links like move up. But the round part of the leaf, if it were tapered, grind off on both sides of it a little bit, you would get even more up travel. Do that on both, both sides, front and back, and you'd get even more travel out of this. I'm just having fun trying to make something that probably doesn't crawl very good, crawl really good. Stock, it comes on the military style tires, and it's super low. Not much clearance at all. I put the axles on the bottom of the leaf springs rather than on top. I've had fun with this, and I'm gonna put a different power system in it too. Probably Spectrum. I want really smooth modulation because I want this to look awesome when I make videos of it. And I totally am gonna go Golden Nugget style, like Fab Rats. I want that color yellow, and I want rust. It's gonna be cool. It's already got a wider stance now. It's on some like deep dish mags and Patagonia rubber. This thing's already got more crawling potential than it had out of the box. Before I did the tires, I did the lift. So there's actually an Instagram of this thing crawling over Scott Settle's head back a week or so ago. The box back, look up Golden Nugget, Suzuki Chimney, Golden Nugget, look it up on Google, and you'll know what I'm going for. It's going to be a crazy looking box back compared to this. This, it just looks like a Jeep. It's the front end that sets it off, and the way they do the back, and a plywood door. Yeah, great trick, right, Philip? John Graham, I would almost like to send one to every one of those guys that's been in on this project. Dude, what a gift and a conversation starter. And it would be coming from like me and Bobby, and it'd be Tony's work. I think that'd be cool. Justin likes those Willies. Yeah, the bigger one at the store that's about this size, the Willies, crawls really good. Dude, I'm gonna end up with a real something. I want a real one. I need a truck I can go play in. All right, John Graham, good to see you. Yeah, these are the RC 4-wheel drive Patagonia tires. I have them at the store. I've got a lot of upgrades and beadlock rims and stuff, so you can change stuff out till you find something you like. And some of these rims have different offsets, obviously. And I actually got a little bit of width out of this one because of the deep dish I put on there. I don't know if you can kind of tell. But imagine the skinny military tires before tucked underneath within the footprint of the frame a little bit. This will side hill way better than before. Greetings from Montana, Burke. No kidding, man. Thank you. John Graham. We ought to figure that out, man. That'd be cool. I'd like to have one to every one of those dudes that's been in on that project. It's just the price of material. I mean, 3 or 4 of these, you could crush them. Man, like a little factory to make the Golden Nugget out of this. Gary Vale. John Graham wants to figure that out. Philip Bender says he has a 1/10 scale Samurai, modeled it after my full size. Yeah, that's always fun. I will sell you my 65 when I get it done. Wow, Bill. Yeah, man. What is it? Chevy, Ford, what is it? Sounds cool. Gary Vale, can you suggest a good next step airplane for me, like to stay with 3S or 4S? What was the last planes you've been flying? That's what we all want to know. Then we can give you a pretty good answer. You guys want to see the lights? Why not? Hard body action. And I'm so spoiled on the brushless motors now after driving the SEX6 so much that I want all my crawlers to have brushless. And I think I know a guy with a shop. We'll be able to make this happen. John Graham, let's call it done. We'll do it. We'll do it. I wonder if we should leave it on stock wheels or do the mod. Maybe stock wheels would be good, actually, because my mod is definitely not exactly what Fab Rats did to it, giving it a lift and stuff. But at least it's not, you know, stock. We can go either way. So, did our friend ask us, mod, did our friend ask us or tell us what planes he's been flying? Alex Hutchinson, what do you think is the most turbine-like sounding EDF? The E-flite F-1680 or the Freewing Venom 90? Oh man, you know, they each have their own distinctive sounds, but I mean, they're very, it's hard to, it's very similar. Apprentice, Bigfoot, and Tundra V2. So what Gary Vale are you looking at? What do you want to be flying? So considering that's the experience now, he's been rocking an Apprentice, a Bigfoot, and a Tundra, all very similar in style. Are you wanting to break away from that style and try something easy? Or stay high wing? I think the E-flite RV7 is a heck of a flyer and you might really like it. If you want to go down to a low wing situation, if you want to stay high wing, there's a ton of choices. Philip Bender, these are 1.9s and 2.2s probably would look a little better. But I think once these tires are dirty and I do some stuff to with the paint job and everything, it won't be so obnoxious. But I get what you're saying. And maybe I will do that. It's hard to know what to get, man. You know? Low wing. Yeah, man, it's time. E-flite Cherokee, yeah, if you can find them. Are they still selling them? That's a good one. It's got a stabilator, a full flying stab. Air Tractor's a good low wing one. Lyndon Stewart, thanks, man. This is a Suzuki Chimney with lights, cool mirrors, and it's about to have a box back and doors like it should. Then it won't look like a Jeep so much. Nothing wrong with Jeeps, but I probably got 3 of them already. Michael Baer likes the RV7 as a choice. Yeah, man, little bit bigger tires would be okay, but then I'm gonna feel like I gotta take some of the lift away. So it's 1/6. Regular old school G.I. Joe, is that the size of driver that I need for that dude? Tell me in the comments below. So man, what about man, thanks Jonathan. What about, for joining the channel, what about the 2.2s? Is it easy to get rubber for those? I've not even ever thought about that. So what size are the SCX6 tires are like 2.9s or something crazy. T28, yeah, that's a good plane. That's a great choice for low wing also. Yeah, so I like that. The yellow T28 is a super good choice. I've done videos on all of this stuff, man, already in the past. Go back and look through the channel. But the yellow T28, the RV7, both great choices. T28, of course, is a tricycle gear. Doesn't have flaps. You will get flaps with the RV7 and cool lights. And that pretty awesome fixed gear that actually did really good in the grass at our field. It looks like a Jeep. A lot. Suzuki Chimney. It's like the predecessor, I think, to a lot of their stuff that's out there currently. So yeah, we've got a semi that our friend built, and then he's going to do some work for me on this, maybe a handful of these Chimneys, 1/6 scale. Yeah, Gary Vale. Barbie camoed out. Philip Bender says, yeah, it's 1/6 scale, so a 2.2 rim would look like a 15-inch wheel in full scale. As for rubber, Proline makes a ton. Yes. I've been getting all my rubber from Horizon, but it's all been RC 4-wheel drive. I do get Proline tires in and Duratrax tires in the store. Pre-mounted for people who don't want to deal with the bead locks and the expense of it. But man, I'm loving my RC 4-wheel drive tires because they're all super scale, but they have a multitude of different sizes, so I need to look at the 2.2s. And if I can find some 2.2 Patagonias like I have up on this, these are just the 1.9ers, but this is what Philip's talking about. They may be, and I hate to agree with you, but I'm gonna. It's true. They're probably a little bit small, but they are the same, at least, height as the stock tires were. So at least I didn't go smaller than the stock ones, you know, those big military ones that come on it. Yeah, this one's super scale, and it's going to break your heart if you roll it over and stuff like that. So widening these tires out, totally cool. And if I got the 2.2 versions of these deep dishes and a little bit bigger tires too, I would also be out a little bit more as well. Leaf springs. I don't have any crawlers that are leaf spring. They're all, you know, coilovers. Guys, it's been real. I'm going to beat it. Thanks so much, guys. Follow on social. Keep on supporting. Go to pilotryanmedia.com when you're going to shop. If you can't make it to the store, go to pilotryanmedia.com. You can go to everywhere you want to go through there. Horizon Hobby, Hobby Zone, A-Main, BitGo, you know, all the socials, all that stuff. Thanks so much. Continue to do that. Come into the store if you can. And who knows, if we're not in your neighborhood, we might eventually end up on your way home. The SCT-30. Yeah, race stadium truck, right? Like short course truck, 2-wheel drive. Sprite Home. You guys are asking great questions. It's not brushless, it's brushed. And you know what? For crawlers, that's really fine. I am going to upgrade it because I'm nuts. But, you know, it's not bad out of the box. But you get spoiled on some really nice crawlers. And for me, you could take a very affordable crawler, if you like the way it looks, and make it act just like a really expensive one. If you're willing to change the radio, the power system and the radio. Yeah, man, great to see you. Very cool. You guys are the best. Thanks so much. Be looking out for the beaver video I did on the snow right before Bobby did the Instagram on it. That was a lot of fun, where you can see that we're fairly fortunate to have not lost it that day. And you know, it wouldn't be a bad one to have stabilization on, but it is crazy flying in the wind. You know, when I did floats before, it was on water, and so it wasn't the worst day. I did have to nose into the wind. It was windy enough for that when I did it with Mike, but it was a lot less. We had more space, and boy, it felt like it was all over. So don't forget the lights. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. We're out of here in 5. Hanging rats forever. 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. See you next time. See you on social. Stick 'em, monkey pants. Have some fun. Go play.